Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and all you fairy tale beings. Welcome to another forum here on Wakenya by Wakenya. I am your host, Sarah Sylvia. Thank you so much for tuning in if you're watching this video. If you're new to this platform, karibu sana. Turn on that notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be amongst the first to get notified. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this platform as well. We all have that one social activity that helps us relieve stress and get away from our daily worries. Now, what if I told you there's one social activity that can earn you money while at it? Today, I'd like us to talk about betting. Betting is a form of gambling. And do not get me wrong, I personally have nothing against betting and gambling. However, too much of something can indeed be poisonous. Now, problematic betting or problematic gambling is considered a mental disorder. Despite the consequences, you just keep finding yourself going back to it. It becomes a mental disorder. How does it get to this point? Gambling or betting is addictive in such a way that there's this adrenaline rush you get from winning money. When you place a bet and you win cash, it activates the brain's part where the reward system is, and you just want to keep at it. It kind of works the same as drugs and alcohol. Now, it becomes a problem when you get hooked to this feeling. When your brain gets hooked to the idea of winning money. And even when you lose money, you still want to continue at it in the hopes that in my next bet, I'll win something in return. How does it become a problem? And we need to understand, first of all, before I even continue, that a mental disorder, especially brought about by gambling, should not be shunned away as one being irresponsible. This person is actually genuinely ill and needs help. They do not need your judgment. They need help. They need some medical assistance. Now, let's keep up. So what happens to a person that's hooked or addicted to betting? The first and most obvious result of addictive betting is bankruptcy. This person is going to be spending more money on betting than on other things, which leads to bankruptcy, especially if they're making losses, if they're never winning anything. I believe from stories that I've been told by friends, the first time you place a bet, you have high chances of winning, which automatically sparks that reward system in your brain. So you feel the need to continue at it. Now, there's people who'll keep at it even while they're making losses in the hopes of winning the next bet that they place. After some time of not making any wins, you'll start going low on cash. This will lead to bankruptcy, and that becomes a problem because this will automatically lead to, or rather have some people get into crime just so they can get this money to bet. Again, it acts exactly the same way as drugs and alcohol addiction. So they'll get into crime to be able to get that money so that they can be able to place a bet. Another thing is it'll lead to self-neglect. You'll stop catering for your own basic needs and instead use this money in betting. So people will go and deny themselves food, deny themselves nice outfits. You deserve nice things, especially if you're working for them, just so they can be able to place a bet. They'll feel that this money, instead of doing this, can instead go into this because I have chances of winning. You get my point? Okay, let's keep up. A third problem with addictive betting is you'll start breaking relationships. Or your partner is asking you for money for something in the house, you're unable to provide. Reason being, you've been spending your money on betting, so you have nothing to give or to provide. Your people are asking you to stop this betting behavior that you've developed, but it becomes a problem because you're so addicted that you feel like they do not wish you well. They don't want you to make these wins. You get my point? Okay. Another problem with addictive betting is that you'll slowly start to get into alcohol and drug abuse because of the stress that comes with having no money, but you still want to place a bet. So to, again, try and forget this problem that you have, you get into drug abuse and alcohol. And that's also another addiction that's starting to develop in the process. You see how this becomes a roller coaster. It's like you're getting deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. And finally, the last problem that will come with addictive betting is that you'll start losing self-esteem. You'll have low self-esteem because of the shame and hopelessness that comes with not winning each time you place a bet, especially if it's for a long period of time. So that becomes another problem with addictive betting. Just a reminder, I have nothing against betting and gambling if it's done responsibly. And do not judge someone who's become so addicted to betting. Instead, try and find help for them. Yeah, try and seek help for them because that's what they need. They do not need your judgment. Now, let's think of how you can bet responsibly. You know, the kind of betting that I advocate for. So first, you can start by thinking of it as entertainment. Nothing too serious, just an activity to blow off some steam, pass time, you know, just chilling with the boys and just being you outside of work. So think of it as entertainment. Number 2, set a spending limit. It's very important to set a spending limit and know not to cross it. Be responsible, or rather be disciplined enough not to cross it. The third thing you want to do is spend money you can actually afford to lose. Like, bet with money you can actually afford to lose. That way, even if you don't win it back, it doesn't bother you as much because it doesn't really have a huge impact on your finances. The next thing you want to do is take a break, okay? Don't have it as a daily thing. That's how you get hooked. So take a break from time to time. You can say, okay, fine, maybe a week or 2 or maybe a month. Just chill, get into other activities, because again, if you do it on a daily basis, it becomes addictive. Remember, too much of something is indeed poisonous. The next one is you do not want to bet when you're under the influence of other drugs or alcohol. This tampers with your decision making. So this will lead you into spending more than your spending limit, okay? Third, or rather final, lastly, you want to bet when, or rather you don't want to bet when you are upset or depressed. Because if you make losses, this will only make you feel worse. So you don't want to bet when you're depressed or angry, okay? As I wrap it up, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. If you know anyone who's addicted to betting or gambling, don't throw shade, don't judge them. Instead, help them find help, okay? Help them find assistance on how to break this habit. It's a mental disorder. It's an illness just like it's an illness just like any other, just like someone who'd be addicted to drugs or alcohol. So don't judge them, but instead help them find the help that they desperately need. Anyway, that has been it from me on today's forum. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this platform. Also turn on that notification bell so that anytime I post up a new video, you'll be amongst the first to get notified. I have been your host, Sarah Sylvia. Till the next time, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.